to the exclusive gospel 1.2. The gospel saves us. You see, here at the cemetery, as you look around at the different names, at the year that they were born, to the year where they no longer were with us, we see a little dash that separates the two dates. And that little dash, even though it's something small and insignificant, but that is the meaning of that person's life. That is what it all consisted of. Could we be fair to say that what happened in that life will also determine where you will spend eternity? You see, I once saw a Christian t-shirt that said, live your life in such a way that people won't have to lie in your funeral. Because isn't it in most funerals, it doesn't matter how bad the person lived, whenever we testify about that person, whether it's a mom, a family member, they were the most perfect person on earth. We don't know how this ever happened. We don't know how they ever mistaken them for anything evil, anything bad, anything malicious. Why? Because we like to lie in people's funerals. But regardless of what happens or didn't happen, there's one thing that in our life, if it did take place, and we gave our life ultimately to Jesus Christ, then our eternity will forever be changed. You see, there's one decision you can make in life that can forever alter, not only erase all the bad decisions that you ever made previously to that, those things that maybe you possibly could never change from your life, or couldn't deal with, or the consequences that you were forced to live with. There's one decision that can change that all, and it's Jesus. That could forever transform your destiny in all of eternity. Isn't it curious that those that understand what we're being saved from, the seriousness of hell, are those that are actually being saved? Could it be possible that those that don't understand the seriousness of hell are those that don't fear it? You see, the other day I was reminded of somebody that was bullying somebody. There was a show about bullies, and in this show, the one being bullied would go and find a professional boxer or wrestler or UFC guy, and then the bully would have to be in the ring with that professional guy and pretty much get a taste of his own medicine. Well, initially you would see the bully still trying to punk the other person, trying to dominate the other person, but once they got in the ring with the other person, the one that was a professional, the one that did this as a job and a hobby, the one that would not only take their punches and allow themselves to be mistreated, but that now will take out their aggression and take out their strength on them, they treated them a little bit different. Could it be possible that those that don't understand the seriousness of hell, of what exactly they're being saved from, don't really pay too much attention to it, treat it as if it was just anything else? But those that understand what Jesus Christ has saved us from, that cup of the wrath of God, those people live a life forever grateful and appreciation and obedience to Jesus Christ. Why? Because the same way Jesus Christ lived his life and came and died on the cross, he drank the cup of the wrath of God so that you and I wouldn't have to. In Isaiah 53, verse 10, in the beginning, it talks about that God pleased him to crush his own son, to break him. My question to you is, if God did that to his own son, what's going to happen to you and I if we're not in right standing before God the day of judgment? We have to understand the seriousness of hell. Maybe if you're visual as myself, I like to think, the other day I was watching pictures of the Hoover Dam, and I was showing my wife this huge wall that contains and keeps out so much water. And I was telling her, imagine that wall just beginning to crack, eventually be broken by the force of that water, and us standing at the foot of that wall, us standing, seeing that great water, that great force that's coming to destroy us, and there's no escaping. like there's no, I'm faster than you, so good luck with that. This water's coming to destroy us all. There's no hope. It's what we deserve for our evilness, for our sin, for our condition, and it's what's coming to us. And all of a sudden, before it reaches us, we cry out for mercy. We cry out for hope. And before us, underneath us, the water opens up as if it were a mouth swallowing all those gallons and all that force and all that water before it destroys us, and completely drinks up all of that water, all of that wrath that was coming for you and I. You see, visually, we've seen this, but spiritually, I want you guys to understand that that was Jesus that took the cup of the wrath of God, and before it could reach you and I, he drank it all. And that's why on the cross of Calvary, he could say, it is finished. Now, if we don't accept that sacrifice, if we don't take his replacement, his substitute, his dying the death that you and I deserve so that we could live the life that only he earned, if we deny that, then hell will be a suffering of that same magnitude, or even worse, not only one day, but for all of eternity. Now, don't you think that it's very important to understand what exactly the gospel saved us from? God bless you.